everybody, happy Friday night. Welcome to my Zen Den. I am so very happy that you could join me tonight. My name is Mandy VanHavermaet. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up from Gray Eagle, Minnesota. And I am so excited to stamp with you tonight. So if you are logging on to Facebook, thank you so very much. If you're watching the replay, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. And if you're watching on YouTube, welcome to my channel, and I am so very happy that you're here. Tonight, I am going to be stamping a little bit with the Bewitching Stamp Set from the July to December. Oh my word, my brain just went boop. The July to December mini catalog. It's a Halloween stamp set, which I don't generally do a ton of Halloween cards, but this stamp set is really cool, and I got a little bit of a twist on one of them. So we're actually doing kind of the same layout, but we're doing two different cards with that layout using the Bewitching Stamp Set and the Witch Hat Builder Punch. So let me flip the camera around and we are going to get started with some stamping. Hold on one second. Here, let's do this. Let's do this. That's so much better. Wow. It's like my first night doing this, apparently. Do you ever have those days? It wasn't a bad day. I just kind of, my brain fell out of my head whenever I started doing this, I guess. I don't know. You know, it happens. My thing, I feel like I'm tipping down. There. I'm so much happier now. You don't need to see my feet. This is gonna work. Oh, look at that. Things are working. Hello, LeVar. Okay, so the Bewitching Stamp Set. It's a pretty simple stamp set. I got the 3 different hats, a little spider, some little stars, and some witches' feet. So it's a red rubber stamp set. Really, it's kind of a straightforward stamp set. And then it pairs with the Witch Hat Builder Punch. So we've got the witch hat on there, if you can see, and then like the band of the hat and some little stars. So pretty simple, straightforward stamp set. It is on page 57 of the mini catalog. Not a ton of Halloween stuff in the mini catalog, but I really do like this set because, like I said, I have to tell you, the second card that I'm going to do is the reason I really, really like this set. I really like this set. But it's kind of fun, so what I've got planned here tonight. So let's get started. All right. Like I said, I'm doing 2 of the same cards, basically. So I've got 2 gorgeous grape card bases. Both of them are 8.5 by 5.5, scored down the center at 4 1/4. So I'm going to set those aside for right now. And then I have 4 panels of basic white. All of them are 4 by 5 1/4. One is going to be for the inside of each card, and one will be for the outside of each card. Set those aside. And then I have 1 panel of 4 by 5 1/4, so a basic panel. This is designer series paper is from the Gingham Cottage. My brain just quit working. I swear to God. I needed to talk more tonight. Gingham Cottage. So it's a neat paper. It's a lot of basically plaid looking. So that's the one side of it. This is the other side. It's a very big paper pack. Let me pull it out here quick. But it's $30, but there is a lot of paper in this paper pack. It's actually 48 sheets, where usually a pack of paper is only 12 sheets. So you're getting a lot more paper. It's a really good value, actually, and they're pretty basic colors and patterns. Like, they're all gingham, so they're really a neat. I like this paper pack. I think it's a lot of fun. I just got it and I am so excited to start using it. So what I'm going to do with this is the side I'm going to use. I'm going to bring in a ruler, and I'm going to bring in a pencil or a marker of some sort. I'm going to measure down, I think, about 1.5 inches, and just make a little tick mark on that side, and then do the same thing opposite. So here's my tick mark on this side. I'm going to come down 1.5 inches on this side and do the same thing. kind of hard to see because it's on black. But then I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut this at an angle. So the way that I do that is I line my tick marks up inside the track on my paper trimmer. So right there, there's my line, and there's my tick mark, and there's my tick mark. So I'm just going to shut that, make sure it's nice and, so there we go. So now I've got 2 pieces of designer series paper, and this is really nice because it is non-directional, so you can use it the same direction. Otherwise, sometimes if it's directional, you get one piece that's the right direction and one piece that's the wrong direction. This one will work either way. So here is where we're going to start with our, let's start with our first card. So I'm going to use one for one card, one for the other. Set that aside. Fold and burnish my gorgeous scrape. And don't you feel like and this is a very stereotypical card, Halloween card, in the colors, because purple, the nice purple, the orange, I'm going to be stamping with some granny apple green and black. Those are like the typical Halloween colors, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, this one I'm going to do upside down, or do it like this direction. And I'll decide the other one, what I'm going to do later. And I would like to stamp one of my little spiders coming down out of there. So let's do that. And so I've just got it kind of placed there. Let's put a tick mark there, so I know roughly where to put my spider. That tick mark is going to be hidden. I'm going to use some washi tape. I love washi tape. It makes me so happy. And we don't sell it very often, but I was so happy to see it this time. Okay, so there's my spider. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move him. I'm going to flip this over. There's 2 sides to every paper. I'm going to move it down just a smidge because I'm going to put washi tape here. So I'm going to put that tick mark there again. I'm going to throw my stamp around. Don't worry, it bounces. Whew, it's a rough night. Okay, I'm going to put that down just a little lower from my tick mark, so I can cover, so my little webby thing comes down. Okay, webby thing. Yep, I'm making up words. Okay, so let's leave that out. I'm going to take our little feet. I'm going to ink it up really good, and there we go. I seen a card, and I want to try this, where they took this stamp. My ink is like just not connecting to the stamp very well. They took this stamp of these shoes, and they must have used some kind of red embossing glitter powder or stamped it. I don't know, but it was so cool because then they put the witch, you know, like the Wizard of Oz, so the feet were sticking out from under a house. It was so cute. I loved it. I thought it was like the neatest idea. Okay, so now I've got a scrap of basic white, and this is so I can stamp my hat. And this is the hat that I'm using on both cards. I could absolutely change it up if I wanted to, but I just kind of like this hat tonight. And it is a nice solid card, so really the best way to get a good impression is to hold that down there. Don't rock it, just hold it straight down to get a nice impression. Sometimes the really solid stamps are kind of tricky, so that's the best way to get a good impression. So now I'm going to take my hat builder punch, and I like to stamp first and then punch, right? Because then you can line it up perfectly how you want it. And there's really no way to not get those other pieces punched out, but we'll just slide those aside. That's just fine. Okay, so while I'm got these out, I'm going to color my stockings with the granny apple green, and this is the dark granny apple green. I'm kind of sad this year. This is the first year that my kids, I don't think they're going to be trick-or-treating. They have grown up. Last year, my boys actually dressed up as an old man and an old woman. I've got one of my boys is just a goofball. He's so funny. And he agreed to dress up as an old woman. So they went around the neighborhood and they were cracking up the neighbors. Just being, you know, talking about the good old days and things like that. We live in a very small neighborhood. It was so much fun. It was a great last hurrah for them. But maybe we'll have to have a Halloween party or something like that. I used to love dressing up for Halloween. It's like my favorite. It really is. It's one of my favorites. I just don't send out cards much, I guess, with it. Maybe I should send out Halloween cards. Why not? So I've got Granny Apple Green is what I colored the band with, and now I am using Daffodil Delight for the buckle. And I'm going to do the same thing on the shoes. I'm going to use Daffodil Delight on the buckle. Super simple coloring. I mean, you could use any, really and truly, if you don't have blends, these colorings don't need the blends. They're pretty little, so you're not going to get the streaks like you would with your regular markers. Okay, so let's assemble our card. Got some adhesive here. I'm telling you, right? Simple cards. These are so much fun. Just like that. And so now I'm going to bring in the pack of washi tape. Has 4 different colors in it. So we've got black, pumpkin pie, Highland Heather, and Granny Apple Green. They're a 1/4 inch. Love them. Super fun. I'm going to, and everything's just better with sparkle, right? So I'm going to take the green one here and just run it along the edge like that. And this is my favorite way to use washi, is to literally just flip it over the sides, just like that. Super simple, right? It adds so much to it. So let's attach this. And nobody's ever going to see that spider there. Just like that. And now I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to pop my hat up just a little bit. And oh, isn't that cute? I just love it. Okay. Does it get any better than that? Is it any cute? Can it be any cuter? For real. It does not need a sentiment. It doesn't have any sentiments in. Like I said, in this stamp set, there are no sentiments, but I did pull out an old, I do have a few old wooden blocks yet. This is from an old set that had every sentiment imaginable, so I just kept it because it had every sentiment imaginable. And I'm going to put Trick or Treat right on the inside. And you know what? Let's put another spider. It's the only time of year I'm ever going to say I like spiders. So let's whoop it up with them, huh? There we go. Isn't that cute? Ah, I love it. Okay, so let's put that on the inside. And there is card number 1 with the Bewitching. Isn't it cute? I love it. Okay, so here's card number 2. We're going to do close to the same thing. Okay, so we've got our gorgeous grape card base. We're going to fold it in half. Like that. We're going to take this guy. We're going to put it on there like that. Or should I do this one this way? I'm going to do this one this way, and I am going to put Trick or Treat on the outside. Let's do that. Okay. So let's take Trick or Treat. Put that right there. I'm just going to leave that sit there. And now I'm going to do another hat. Where did my scrap go? Here's my scrap. I'm going to do the same hat that I did on the other card. And like I said, just hold it down there. It's going to help to smush that, spread that ink out a little bit. Beautiful. And punch that out. And if you notice, I turned my, this is the way I did the first one, right? I turned it this way so that it would fit nicely into my punch. I'm right-handed, so I guess I just like to have my, I like to have it that direction. So just be mindful when you are stamping on your paper, which way you load it so it's easier to punch. And if you get too small of a piece of paper, use a sticky note. So when you put it in, put your paper in, like say it's too small, you put it on your sticky note, and then you've got a handle that you can do, move it around. So, okay, so let's color that again. We're going to do the same colors. Simple coloring, right? And I have to tell you, there were a ton of promotions released this week by Stampin' Up. I will show you a few of them. One of them is the Perfectly Paired promotion, and that is where they are releasing some die sets and with that to some stamp sets that didn't have dies before. So that's really exciting. So I will talk a little bit more about that later. But here, okay, let's get back to this card because I had to fill in my time when I was talking, while I was coloring. Okay, so instead of doing the witch's feet, what I'm going to do is I have got a gnome from the Sweetest Gnomes. I've got a gnome beard and the gnome feet. Oh, isn't it cute? Okay, I'm so excited. Except for my black feet don't work really well with this. They kind of blend in. So let's flip this over this way. And now my trick-or-treat's in the wrong spot. But don't worry, I've got more spots. Never worry. Get that little star out of there. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's stamp some stars. I've got a yellow ink pad here. I've got the little star stamp set. Let's stamp some stars back here. Because this is more like kind of a wizard looking guy by the time I get done with him. It's kind of neat. Okay, should we do trick or treat? Let's go ahead and do trick or treat because I had done it earlier. So let's continue on with that. There we go, trick or treat. Okay, so let's adhere this down. And I'm going to tell you, this was not my original idea to use the gnomes with this suite. With this set. I seen it somewhere, and I'm sorry, I can't give credit to who deserves it because I don't remember where I seen it. I just remember thinking, oh, they paired it with the gnomes. That's the coolest thing ever. So, you know what? Let's use black. Let's use black washi. And I just remembered thinking that is just about the coolest thing I've ever seen. So, I'm sorry to whoever thought of this. I am copying your idea. I am casing your idea, and I'd love to give you credit. But I don't know who you are. So let's put this guy. Let's get it assembled. Oh, so much fun. Let's put this down. And just center it as best you can. Nobody is going to measure your edges, I promise. And if they do, well, I guess they really want to measure your edges. I'm not going to measure your edges whenever you send me a card. Just saying. Okay. I'm not going to center him. I'm going to kind of move him off to the side a little bit. So there's his little feet. And here's his little beard. And I cut his feet out of basic black. And I cut his beard out of, I believe, smoky slate. I Didn't really want him to have a white beard. And now let's put our little... Is that not the cutest thing ever? Oh, I just love it. I just love it. Okay. Whew. Settle down. Put some dimensionals on the back. Carry that away. And there we go. Isn't that cute? You know what? I'm going to move it down just a little bit. I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have put it down quite so hard. It needs to go down just a smidge. It needs to be a fatter gnome. There. I like that better. Now it's crooked. Oh, I'm just so excited. Okay, there we go. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? I love it. He's so funny. He's so cute. Oh, and so let's put an inside into our card. So much fun. So you know what? This could actually be used as a wizard too. So it's not just necessarily a Halloween card. It could be used as a wizard for like a birthday card or something like that. That would be really, really fun. So these are my two cards for the night. Very similar, but different. Using the Bewitching Bundle from the July to December mini catalog. Okay, now I want to go over just some things that Stampin' Up! And some things that are coming up in September. Because September, it like, I almost take the summer off. When it comes to stamping, but September we are hitting the ground running. Number one on, let's see here. I'm going to make some notes for you. September 17th. That's a Saturday. We're going to have Stamp Camp in Sock Center at the from 9 to noon. And that is at the First Lutheran Church in Sock Center. If you are interested, get a hold of me. Otherwise, keep that day open if you're local. September 17th is Stamp Camp. October 1st is World Card Making Day. And oh my gosh, guys, I am so excited for World Card Making Day. We've got so much stuff planned. We are having a get-together, a craft-along in Uppsala. And I'm sorry, I can't write and talk at the same time. A craft-along in Uppsala from 2 to 6. And that's at the Catholic Church in Uppsala. That needs an RSVP. I'm working in collaboration with, I think there's 5 of us. 5 demonstrators that are doing this, putting it on together. And then Stampin' Up! Is actually doing a presentation also for customers and everything. So if you can't make it to Uppsala and you want to participate in World Card Making Day, there is a virtual option. It is free, which is fantastic. They are actually releasing a stamp set. They're going to be focusing on these 3 stamp sets. So they've got the Cottage Rose stamp set. That is from the big catalog. The Cottage Wreaths, which is from the July to December mini catalog. And then they just released a Warm Welcome stamp set and dies. And that they just released on September 1st. We'll be using that also. If you don't have these stamp sets and you want to craft with us virtually, please do. You've seen me do it a million times where I take a stamp set or I take a pattern and I use a different stamp set and some different colors and I make it my own. If you want to craft with us virtually and you can't make it to Uppsala on October 1st, please let me know, or please visit StampinUp.com to kind of just get the lowdown on the virtual World Card Making Day. And the month of September, if you order any of these 3, one of them, any one of these 3 bundles, you're going to get free iridescent pearl embellishments. So that is really a fun fun thing. Lots to do about World Card Making Day. We'll be talking a lot about that in September here. The last thing I want to talk to you about is they released some new bundles. And this is really super fun. These stamp sets were standalone stamp sets in the catalogs. 3 were from the mini catalog, 3 were from the big catalog, and they have released dies to go with them. And it's just the coolest thing ever. So we've got the birthday piggy bundle. They've got dies to go with it. Trimming the tree bundle, dies to go with it. The waterfall canyon, that one has, like, there is a million dies that go with that. It is so beautiful. Yeti to Party now has some dies that go with. The apple blossoms, Apple Harvest has now the apple blossom dies, and Fresh Cut Flowers has dies as well now. I'm going to tell you that this is only for September, and this is only while supplies last. So if you want these dies to go with any kind of, if you really want the dies, the stamp sets will remain available after September 30th, but the dies will not. And if they sell out before September 30th, they're gone. They're not going to reissue them. So if you are interested, I would get on the stick with that soon, just because I do anticipate some of them selling out really quick. So, and then the third thing, and I posted on my Facebook page, I'm going to flip you around here. The third thing I'm going to tell you about is the weekly deals. Don't hit that button. I almost hit finish. The weekly deals. Through September, every week they're going to have a new set of weekly deals. So I've posted it on my Facebook page. It'll take you right to that section. So if you have any, every week there are going to be new deals. I know this week it's the butterfly. There's a lot. I think there's like 10 or 12. 10 to 12 every week is what they're planning on. So there's some dies in there. There's embellishments. There's ribbons. All at special deals. So you can get some good bargains. So we all love bargains, and we love it when we can get our stamping stuff at bargains. So there's my 100 spiels, and that's why I didn't post them on Facebook, because there was 100 spiels to go for. But I will be talking more about Stamp Camp. I will be really talking a lot about World Card Making Day. I am so excited about World Card Making Day. Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic Labor Day weekend. I hope you get to do something fun. The last summer hurrah, we are going to a threshing show up north, up towards Fargo. So we do that every year, and it's just a family tradition that we do. So my boys and my husband and myself will be doing that. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you again next Friday night. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.